The Grand Gallery of the Louvre slept. Paris was dark, but tonight it held a horrifying secret. Jacques Saunière, the museum's esteemed curator, lay dead. His body arranged in a bizarre symbolic pose. A bloody pentacle was drawn on his stomach. Beside him, a cryptic message scrawled on the floor. Robert Langdon, a Harvard professor of symbology, was in Paris. He was here for a lecture. Now, he was a suspect. Awakened by a late-night call, Captain Bézu Fache, the formidable head of the French judicial police. Fache needed Langdon's expertise at the Louvre immediately to decipher the strange symbols left at the crime scene. Langdon was unaware he was walking into a deadly trap. Sophie Neveu arrived, a gifted cryptographer for the police. She was also Jacques Saunière's estranged granddaughter. She saw Langdon. She knew he was in grave danger. Fache believed Langdon was the killer. The evidence pointed there. Sophie delivered a covert warning to the American professor. A message from her grandfather. P.S. Find Robert Langdon. The clues left by Saunière were baffling. The hunt for truth began, under the cold gaze of ancient art. Every second counted. Langdon and Sophie were now fugitives, alone. They had to decode Saunière's message. Fast, the anagram, "Oh, draconian devil, oh, lame saint," clicked. It rearranged to Leonardo da Vinci, the Mona Lisa. Saunière had led them to the world's most famous painting. What secrets did her enigmatic smile conceal? The Louvre was no longer safe. Fache was closing in. They needed answers, and they needed them now. Behind the Mona Lisa, another clue awaited, written in invisible ink, revealed by Langdon's quick thinking. A new riddle, so dark the con of man. Another anagram. This pointed to another of Da Vinci's masterpieces, Madonna of the Rocks. Saunière had laid a trail through Da Vinci's genius, each step deeper into a conspiracy. At the Madonna of the Rocks, their search intensified. Behind the painting, they found it. A small, ornate key, engraved with a fleur-de-lis, and an address. This was no ordinary key, it was a priory key. They narrowly escaped the Louvre's closing security gates. The key led them to the Depository Bank of Zurich. Inside, they found a polished, rosewood box. The cryptex was a challenge, 5-letter code, a riddle wrapped in marble, protecting a papyrus scroll. Fail to open it correctly and vinegar would destroy the contents. Langdon and Sophie were stumped. They needed an expert, someone who understood history, religion, and secret societies. Sophie knew just the man, Sir Lee Teabing, a crippled, wealthy British royal historian, a Grail fanatic. He lived in a chateau outside Paris, their last hope. Teabing welcomed them, with initial suspicion, then excitement. He was eccentric, passionate, and deeply knowledgeable. He revealed the shocking truth about the Holy Grail. It was not a cup, as legends claimed. The Grail was a person, a woman, Mary Magdalene. Teabing claimed she was the wife of Jesus Christ, the mother of his child, the carrier of his bloodline. Da Vinci, Teabing explained, knew this secret. He was a Grand Master of the Priory of Sion, a secret society founded to protect the Grail. Suddenly, Teabing's chateau was under attack. Silas, an albino monk assassin from Opus Dei, burst in. He wanted the cryptex. A violent struggle ensued. They fled aboard Teabing's private jet. London, the city of knights and kings. The riddle led them to Temple Church, ancient, sacred. Effigies of Knights Templar lay on the floor. But the clue was a deception. The teacher was always one step ahead, manipulating them. Teabing's behavior grew increasingly suspicious, his obsession too strong. The next clue pointed to Westminster Abbey, Isaac Newton's tomb. The pressure mounted. The truth was dangerously close. At Westminster Abbey, the terrible truth was revealed. Sir Lee Teabing was the teacher, their ally, their betrayer. He had orchestrated Saunière's murder, the entire chase. His motive? To force the Priory of Sion to reveal the Grail. He believed the world deserved to know the truth. A tense confrontation. The cryptex was finally opened, but it contained another smaller cryptex. The final riddle spoke of Rosslyn Chapel in Scotland. Saunière was not just her grandfather, he was her protector. She was the last living descendant of Jesus Christ and Mary Magdalene. The Grail rested beneath the Louvre.